Life Upgrade Podcast.
The title of this episode is Why Happiness Might Be Overrated and What to Aim For Instead. This episode is originally published as an article in my publication, The Paragon Legacies. You can read it by going to fulfillmentobe.substack.com. Have you ever felt like you are supposed to be happy all the time? Like life's one big Instagram reels of sunny beaches, perfect coffee and not stop smile. And you're somehow failing if you are not there yet. I get it. I've been there. Staring at my phone, wondering why my Tuesday night takeout doesn't feel like a victory lap. We are told happiness is the ultimate prize. Chase it, grab it, hold it tight. But what if that's the wrong target? What if chasing happiness is like chasing a mirage? Shimmery, tempting, but always just out of reach. Here's a thought that might shake things up. Happiness isn't a goal. It's a fleeting guest, not a permanent roommate. And honestly, that's okay. Two thinkers from way back, Aristotle from ancient Greece and Lao Tzu from ancient China, had some ideas that cut through the noise. They didn't chase fleeting joy. They aimed for something deeper, balance and self-awareness. This isn't just about slapping on a fake smile or buying into the good vibes only trap. It's about building a life that feels real, grounded and worth living, even when the dishes are piling up or life throws a curveball. So let's unpack this. Grab a coffee, a tea, or just a quiet corner, and let's talk about why happiness might be overrated and what to aim for instead. The happiness mirage, why it keeps slipping away. Think about the last time you got something you really wanted. A new gadget, a raise, maybe a killer vacation. Felt amazing, right? For a minute you were on top of the world, but then the shine wears off. The phone's just a phone. The raise come with more emails. The vacation tan fades and you're back to traffic jam and laundry. What gives? Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. It's the idea that no matter how big the win or the loss, you tend to slide back to your usual mode pretty fast. Study shows lottery winners are thrilled at first, but within a year, most are about as happy as they were before the jackpot. Same with the tough stuff. People adapt. Even after major setbacks. It's like our brain are wired to reset, keeping us hungry for the next happy hit. Why this a problem? Because we have been sold the story that happiness is out there waiting in the next purchase, job or relationship. Ever bought something online thinking this is gonna make me feel awesome, only to realize it's just stuff? Or maybe you scroll social media, you're seeing everyone highlight reel, weddings, promotion, avocado toast, and felt like you're missing out. That's the mirage in action. It looks real, but it's not built to last. And here's the kicker. When you expect to be happy all the time, every off day feels like a personal failure. You start wondering, what's wrong with me? I've been there, beating myself up because I wasn't grinning through a stressful week at work. It's exhausting and it can make you feel like you're doing life wrong. Here's Aristotle's big idea. Flourish, don't just chase feelings. Let's take a trip back to ancient Greece and sit with Aristotle for a minute. This guy wasn't just into chasing warm fossils. He talked about something called eudaimonia, which gets translated as happiness, but it's really about flourishing, living your fullest, truest life. It's not about feeling good every second. It's about being a person you respect even when life is messy. How do you get there? Aristotle got a plan, virtue and the golden mean. Virtue is about building character, think honesty, courage, kindness, but the golden mean is where it gets practical. It's about balance, finding the sweet spot between too much and too little. Take courage, charging into every argument recklessly, but dodging every tough talk is cowardly. The middle ground, knowing when to speak up, like telling a friend they've hurt you and when to let it slide. Or think about work-life balance. Ever go all on a job, staying late, skipping workout only to crash and burn? I have. I used to pull 12 hours a day, think it make me successful. Spoiler is I was a zombie. Then I started setting boundaries, leaving at 6 p.m, taking walks, saying no to extra projects. I wasn't just bouncing with joy, I felt solid, like I was building something real. That's the golden mean, stretching yourself without snapping. What's cool about Aristotle's idea is it's not just about quick fixes, it's about asking, who do I want to be? Maybe you want to be patient. Next time you're stuck in traffic, instead of cursing, try breathing and letting go. Small moves like that add up, making you feel like you're steering your life, not just riding the wave. Lao Tzu's wisdom flow like water, don't fight the current. Now let's hop on to ancient China and chill with Lao Tzu, the master of Taoism. His big idea is that Tao, the natural flow of life, instead of wrestling every twist and turn, he says to roll with it. His secret, Wawe, or effortless action. It's not about being lazy, it's about moving with life's rhythm, like a river carving its path without forcing it. For Lao Tzu, chasing happiness is like trying to grab water. It slips through your fingers. The more you fight for it, the more stressed you get. Instead, he would say, let it go. Stop obsessing over the perfect plan or outcome. When you are in tune with yourself and the moment, peace shows up on its own. Ever had a day where you stopped stressing and things just clicked? I remember planning an outdoor program down to the last details. Snacks, playlist, weather checks, then it poured. I was pissed, ready to cancel, but my friend said, let's just go. We got soaked, slept in the mud, laughed like idiots. It wasn't the happy day I'd pictured, but it felt right. That's where we're letting life happen and finding the magic in it. Or think about the time you have planned something, a dinner, a project, and it flopped. Now, imagine just going with the flow, like cooking whatever is in the fridge or tackling work one step at a time. It's not about giving up, it's about trusting that life doesn't need to be forced into a box. Lao Tzu's vibe is freedom, less control, more ease. Now let's talk about the dark side of chasing happiness. Let's face it, the chase for happiness can feel like a never-ending hamster wheel that only leaves you more exhausted, frustrated, and convinced that something is wrong with you. Everywhere you turn, you're told to visualize your dream, fill gratitude journals first thing in the morning, and recite affirmation until your mirrors crack. But when you inevitably wake up tired, grumpy, or simply off, that relentless messaging makes you wonder whether you are defective. I've been there, dragging myself through the day of back-to-back calls, feeling the familiar knots of anxiety tightening my chest and thinking, why can't I just be happy? The guilt that follows is a cruel irony, feeling broken for what is, at its core, a perfectly normal emotional experience. Then there's the seductive promise that new car, a promotion, or that right person will finally unlock lasting joy. I once landed what I thought was my dream job, prestigious sites, hefty paycheck that works, and for about 10 glorious minutes I floated in genuine excitement. But as the novelty wore off, the email avalanches began, deadlines piled up. I realized I still felt hollow. It wasn't the job's fault, no job can fill the gap you're trying to fill. But pinning your happiness on those external markers is like building your emotional house on a stilt. One wobble and you're scrambling to stay upright. And let's talk about toxic positivity. After a brutal breakup, a chorus of well-meaning voices urge me to just stay positive, or you deserve someone better. Those platitudes felt as useful as a band-aid on a broken leg. What I needed was space to sit with the ache, to cure the ceiling at 2 a.m, to learn what the pain was teaching me about my own boundaries and needs. Science tells us that processing grief, anger, and doubt is what builds resilience. Stuffing those feelings down only plants the seed of burnout and disconnection. Of course, many of us respond by diving headfirst into the next self-help craze, meditation apps, vision boards, dopamine detoxes, as if unchecked enthusiasm for happiness hacks will break the cycle. In reality, you end up policing your every thought. Did I meditate long enough today? Am I journaling deeply enough? Until joy becomes another item on a to-do list. It's ironic that in the frantic pursuit of euphoria, we often lose sight of the present moment where contentment actually lives. True well-being, I've learned, isn't a destination you arrive by ticking off an Instagram approved checklist. It's the byproduct of a life lived honestly, wrestling with hard truths, investing in relationship without guarantee of perfection, showing up for work and play regardless of the outcome, and granting yourself permission to feel fully and without apology. When you stop hunting for happiness and instead cultivate curiosity about your own messy, beautiful interior world, contentment begins to emerge, not as a forced performance, but as the quiet accompaniment to a life fully embraced. A gentle reminder, then it's okay to be human. Embrace the whole spectrum of your experience, and you'll find that joy is far more resilient and far more surprising than you ever imagined. Let's talk about the better parts: balance and self-awareness. So if happiness is a flagship friend, what's the move? Aristotle and Lao Tzu point to balance and self-awareness. It's not about the confetti and viral moments, it's about building a life that feels steady and true. And here's how to make it work. Number one, focus on who you are, not how you feel. Pick a trait you admire, maybe kindness or grit, and lean on it. Next time someone cuts you off in traffic, try a small act of patience, like letting it go instead of honking. It's not about feeling happy, it's about liking who you are becoming. Number two, find the middle ground. Extremes burn you out. Carve out an hour for a walk. If you're binge watching life away, set one goal for the day. Balance feels like a deep breath. 3. Know yourself. Take a minute to ask, what lights me up? What drags me down? I did this after a soul-sucking job. Realize I love creating, but hate micromanaging. So I shifted gears. Took out a project I cared about, not glamorous, but grounding. Try it. Jot down one thing you love doing and one thing you dread. Start small. Number 4. Roll with life punches. Plans flop. Adapt. Someone cancels. Enjoy the quiet. I learned this when a big presentation tanked. Instead of spiraling, I asked for feedback and move on. Flexibility is power. Let happiness sink in. Stop hunting it. Build a life aligned with your values, and joy will crash the party. I started saying no to stuff that drained me, like endless social obligations and yes to quiet nights and writing. Happiness showed up without me chasing it. So these are some small steps you can try to a bigger life. So are you ready to give it a go? Here's the starter kit. Write a gratitude note each night. Jot down 3 things that went okay. A good meal, a kind word, making it through a tough day. I started this when life felt heavy. It didn't fix everything, but it shifted my focus to what's already good. Number 2, breathe for 5. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 4. Do it when stress hits. I use it when my inbox is a nightmare. Calms the storm in my head. 3, flex a virtue. Pick one, like generosity. Today, share a coffee with a coworker. Tomorrow, listen to a friend without interrupting. Small wins feel big over time. Number 4, drop should. Skip that guilt trip, gym session, or extra chore. I ditched a productive Sunday once, watched a movie instead. The world kept spinning. Dig deeper. Curious? Check out The Happiness Trap by Ross Harris for a modern take, or Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching for timeless wisdom. Audiobook it while you cook and get insights while you do your tacos, while you take your tacos. The bottom line, build a life that lasts. Happiness is sparkler bright fun, gone fast. Balance and self-awareness. That's a campfire warm. Steady, built to last. You won't be grinning ear to ear every day, and that's fine. Life is not a highlight reel. It's a mix of grit, growth, and quiet wins. So next time you're attempting to chase the happy fix, new shoes, a viral post, whatever it may be, pause and ask yourself, what's deeper? What's true for me? Start small. Say no to one thing. Breathe through the tough moment. Write down a win. Fulfillment's a show born, not a microwave meal. And trust me, it's worth it. So to get more like this, please subscribe to the podcast or check out our channel on YouTube with my name, Fulfillment Obi, or subscribe to the publication on Substack, fulfillmentobi.substack.com. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.